There's supposed to be a proper episode today, but it's 11:33 AM here and I've just got my camera back. And given that I have to go do nursery pickup at 1 o'clock, I don't have time to make and edit an entire episode of Stuff You Like in that time. However, we will get back on track. Yes, we will. I haven't even set up properly with my lights or whatever. I'm just here telling you that my camera is back and I'm so happy. Not with Canon though, because it's been quite a ride. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the whole thing. So I'm gonna make recourse to my email, which I sent yesterday to Canon's UK service centre or whatever. I cracked the touchscreen on my camera while it was being carried in a bag. The touchscreen was cracked on the 24th of March and it was a bad day. I mean, some other stuff happened which made it a good day, but still. 26th of March was the Monday. I got home and I rang Canon and I said, hey, my camera's broken. They emailed me a label which I printed out and I sent it back to them and they got it on Wednesday. That was the 28th of March. And they said, okay, what we'll do is we'll look at it. We'll see if it's a repair that comes under warranty, in which case it's free, or if it's a repair that doesn't come under warranty, in which case you have to pay for it, and then, you know, if you want, we'll fix it and we'll send it back. So I called them and I said, hey, you've got my camera, and they said, yeah, you didn't send the right kind of proof of purchase. Could you email it to us? So I emailed them like a screenshot of the email. On the 4th of April, they emailed me back and said, no, I'm sorry, it's not in PDF format, we need it in PDF format or it doesn't count. So on the 4th of April, I emailed them in PDF format. Fine, no problem. 6th of April, I ring them again and I go, hey, is this gonna be covered by warranty? And they're like, no, it's accidental damage. And I'm like, oh. 9th of April, I call them and say, hey, is there an estimate yet on how much it's gonna cost to repair? And they said, no, sorry. 11th of April, I call them again. I'm like, hey, is there an estimate? And they said, yeah, it's £139.10. And I said, ow, okay, let me call you back. And then I spent the next like half hour ringing around places and going, hey, is this covered by my travel insurance? And my travel insurance said, yeah, there's a £50 excess, but you know, we'll send you the rest of it. And I said, okay. So I rang them back on the 11th and said, hey, I'd like to authorize this repair. Can I pay for it now? And they said, no, you can't. You just authorize it and then we do it and then you pay for it and then we send it. And I said, okay. So that was the 11th. The 16th, I called them and say, hey, is it done yet? And they said, no, we haven't started yet. You haven't authorized the repair. I said, yeah, I did. On the 11th. Okay, whatever, I authorize it again. On the 17th, I called them and I said, hey, has my repair been done yet? Is it started? And they said, no, because it hasn't been authorized yet. And I said, yes, it has. Twice now. Fine, I authorize it again, please. And then I called them back later and they said, actually, yeah, it was authorized on the 11th. And I said, yeah, it was. That's right. How come you know this, but the previous two people didn't? On the 18th, I call them again and they say, hey, your camera will be with you by the end of the week. And I said, great. So Friday comes, no camera. Saturday comes. And what comes in the post? But a bill for £6. Charging key, goodwill discount, it says. And so I thought, wow, that's really nice of them. It's taken them so long that they've decided they're just going to do the repair for the cost of postage. That's really kind. I wish they'd just emailed or phoned me and told me this, because then I could have paid them on, you know, Thursday or Friday or whatever day they actually finished the repair, rather than waiting for them to send me a quote in the post. I know they've got my phone number because I gave it to them. I know they've got my email because I gave it to them. What's up with that? You know what? I don't care. That's a nice gesture. We'll sort it out. So I call them up first thing Monday morning and say, hey, so I'd like to pay my £6 because of my goodwill discount. And they're like, you have to give us £139.10. Your camera's ready, but until you pay us £139.10, we're not sending it to you. And I said, what? And then I said, you know what? Fine, here is the money. Thank you so much for your payment. Your camera will be with you by tomorrow. It is tomorrow and they have sent my camera. However, I was not a happy camper. Right, I thought at 8:45 in the morning yesterday. I'd like to make a complaint, but not to the actual service centre because who knows what would happen to it. It would just go in the computer and then disappear twice and then reappear in 3 months' time. So I waited until 9 o'clock and then I called Canon UK, where I got a very polite American or possibly Canadian man who called me ma'am a lot. And I said, hello, I'd like to make a complaint about your repair centre. And he said, okay, what's the nature of your complaint? And I said, if you give me a minute, I can summarize it for you. Maybe 2 minutes. So he said, I'm going to send you a blank email to this email address you've just given me. And I'd like you to send me an email back attaching your PDF of your receipt and any photographs or scans of the letters that Canon has sent you, including the one that said we were only going to charge you £6. And I said, no problem. So I sent that to him and I got a response back saying, Thank you for your email. We will get in touch with you in the next 3 to 5 business days, and I await with interest. But I don't care. My camera is back. If I have to pay the charge, then most of it will be covered by the insurance. I have some really exciting things which have also happened to me, which are good, which I'm gonna tell you about in a future video. But for now, it took 4 weeks, but we're back. Thank you, especially to my patrons, for their immense patience in this somewhat trying time. Yeah, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat as well. It's been a good week. Month. It's been a good month. Yeah, alright. Talk to you guys soon.